Everybody, Mom H with Honey Hollow Homestead. Well, it's raining. There's a bit of a thunderstorm. We're getting the edges of it. Um, so I got a few minutes before I have to head down. Sorry about that. Bumped the tripod. A few minutes before I have to head down to milk Moo Moo. Um, I try to milk her around 7ish. Um, Already fed the boys, and after I milk Moo Moo, then uh, then I usually wait until closer to 8 to feed everybody else. But tonight, we'll see how the rain goes, because if it's if it stops raining, I think it's going to, then they may go out for a little bit longer, do some more grazing or browsing, all depends. They kind of rushed back when it started raining, and that's what goats like to do. So I've got Angel laying down over there, and I got Mercy over there on a box that she's going to be very upset when I finally burn it. And Gracie, where is she? She's laying on the carpet behind me, and I'm on my back porch. So anyway, and of course there's flies. Can't get away from the flies, I'm afraid, as much as I try. Yeah, I'm all bit up, and that's what happens. So anyway, I just thought I'd do a little update on how the diet's going. It's going pretty good for me. I've lost, kind of like I stalled for a little bit, but then I think I lost a little bit more. And I've had no pain issues. The only issue I have, and it's not every night, but every so often I have a little bit of heartburn, and I take a teaspoon of lemon juice, because that's what's handy, and then I don't have any problems again for a while. And it's not a real bad case of heartburn, just a little bit, but with, I usually get it just before I go to bed, and it's like, okay, I don't want to deal with this in the middle of the night, so I take that little bit of lemon juice and I don't have any issues. So I had a lovely chuck steak tonight. Actually, I cooked two chuck steaks last night, and I saved one. I thought I was going to eat both of them, but I couldn't eat both. I only ate one last night, and it's a good thing, because I ended up having to drive an Amish couple to a doctor's appointment this afternoon. So that's all right. Dinner was already made. We just warmed up what we had last night. My husband, I made him I did peppers and onions in the bottom of the pan, and then I broke up some hamburger on top, and I let that cook. They were frozen peppers and onions, with a little bit of seasoning, and when it was pretty much cooked, I put some Colby Jack cheese on top, which is something he likes, and let that melt down, and he seemed to like that. He put it on a hamburger bun. He will not give up his bread or his rice, potatoes, pasta, whatever. I mean, that's what he eats, and he doesn't want to hear about anything different. And I'm a little bit concerned, because I keep hearing that older people should up their protein. They need more protein in their diet. And I really don't think he's getting enough. I'm trying really hard to get the protein into him, and it's like pulling teeth. He does do better when I do the ground beef over the steaks. So I cook steaks for me, and I do something with ground beef for him, because he doesn't have much in the way of teeth left, and he won't go see a dentist, and he won't go see an eye doctor. get his eyes checked. So, and my husband's in his 70s. So I am somewhat concerned about his health. Um, but what are you going to do? I do what I can. Yeah, I cook his meals, but at the same time, I got to live with the man. Okay, so I try to downsize the carbs and up the meat as best I can. Um, just because I see him declining. So, for me, I'm not declining. I'm doing very well. Um, I've got more energy. Um, am I running around the block? No, especially on this hill. I'm still trying to get more stamina, especially what wins me the most is when I'm climbing uphill. Okay, so I need to start walking more up on the hills, um, trying to get things done around here, and trying to figure out, okay, is there a way I can fit this in where I can do more hill climbing? Of course, I have to admit that, was it last week or the week before? Little buddy, the youngest of my kids, he kept getting himself misplaced up on the hillside back here. And I would go up there and I'd be looking for him. I think I found him twice. Most of the times I couldn't find him. But I went up there and I ended up on parts of my property that I had never seen before. That was interesting. But it was a lot of uphill. And going through the trees and whatnot. And I'll tell you, the goats have done a really good job of clearing some of the brush out, I'll tell you. You can see where the briars are, and they've just been stripped of the leaves. The only thing left is some green stems and some thorns. So, but some of the branches are gone too. So it's a little bit easier getting around up there. A lot easier now than it was before I got the goats. And looking at the brush that I have back there, there's still quite a bit for them to eat. So that's a good thing. Because it's going to take years for my bamboo to be up. But yeah, I did very well on that hill. I wasn't like running, but I was moving. I was being very careful where I put my feet because you can't always tell what's under some of the piles of leaves, you know. But I did better than I used to. So things are getting better. Now, from what I've been figuring out from watching different carnivore channels, it seems like the men seem to have their weight just melt off. Us women, no, it takes longer for it to come off. And I guess that's just because we need to retain a certain amount of body fat because of what our bodies are for. But I mean, I'm done with that part of my life, so I don't know why it can't come off a little bit faster with me, but that's all right. It is coming. I do feel a difference with my clothing. My shirts are a little bit looser, and my belt I can get a little bit tighter. And just because I can get it tighter doesn't mean I'm going to wear it tighter. If I can get it tighter without trying, and it's still has a little bit of give, then I'll do it. But if I think it's just that little bit too tight, I'll take it back down to the previous hole, because I don't want it to cut off my circulation, and I'm doing a lot of bending and stretching and moving and stuff like that. So that's what I do. I don't have a scale, so I have no idea if there's been any weight loss in regards to actual pounds. Um, so, but that's okay. I'm just going by my clothes. And you know what? It's okay with me if it comes off slowly, because then, I'll get, like, I've got loose skin. Um, and the slower the weight comes off, the better that your body has a chance to tighten up that loose skin. Um, and Also, my clothes will last me longer because I really don't want to have to go out and buy new clothes, because that ain't cheap. It'd be nice if I can lose enough so I can maybe get some secondhand clothes from the thrift stores and whatnot. I've never had much luck finding clothes that would fit me in a thrift store because you don't see a lot of extra large type clothing in there. So I've always been able to find the skinny stuff, but not the fat lady stuff. So anyway, so this is just a quick video. Like I said, my joint, there's no joint pain. As a matter of fact, I started doing a crochet project. I haven't done one in over a year, but I picked one. I just felt like crocheting, and I'm not talking the big needles. I'm talking the fine steel needles for doing like a doily using the crochet cotton. And usually, if I've taken a spell from crocheting and I start back into crocheting, I get hand cramps and whatnot, and I have to massage my hands to loosen them up again. Didn't have to do that at all this time. I was just whipping along and it's like, wait, my hands don't hurt. There's no pain in my joints. They're not stiffening up. They're not tightening up. I don't have to massage them. I was just whipping along, lickety split, and cool. That's all right. I can deal with that. So, who knows? I guess that this thing is working, huh? So, she was barking. There must be something she thinks is worthy of her attention. Sounds like the rain is starting to slack off, so I guess I better go get some feed together so I can go milk Moo Moo. She will be relieved. She's been giving me about a quart a day. Hopefully, she can go on to a new home as a dairy goat, because she's just not. She'll have twins, but she's not. Her kids don't have the bulk, and she doesn't have the bulk for a meat goat. So I think that Moo Moo would be happier in a setting where she is getting daily attention, and she's very easy to milk. So I'm hoping that I can find her a good home. So anyway, this is Mom H with Honey Hollow Homestead. If you like what you see here, and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And hit the like button if you like it. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. I know you can't see it, but I can see it. And if you think that you know someone who might be interested in my videos, go ahead and share them. And let me know what you think in the comments, okay? But be polite, okay? You don't have to be nasty to have some constructive criticism. So, anyway, talk to y'all later. Have a good one.